Hi, everybody. It says I'm live. Let me get to the other side where I can. And there we go. Okay. Hey, guys. Um, so let me see if my volume is all the way up. No, it's not. There you go. Okay. So I want to do some reviews on some products that have been working with me with my chemo. Because chemo is hard on your body. But first, I wanted to talk just a little God time because I got to go to church last Sunday, and I realized a couple of things. I realized a couple of things for Christians, especially long-term Christians. I mean, probably people that have been Christians all their lives before they knew they were Christians. I mean, just long-term Christians. And then I know the other half too, because I didn't find my real salvation until I was 50. So 50, 52, I can't remember. I can't remember. But one big thing that I do know, and I know that a lot of lost people out there do not realize, and that, God is our salvation through his son, Jesus Christ. There's no getting around that. And there's no getting to God without Jesus Christ, right? We know we're saved. If we take salvation, we know we're saved. Most people get that concept. Some people do not get that concept. Hi, Lynn. Hey, hon. Glad you're here. Some people don't get that concept because they've never heard the full story of Jesus and God. And that you have to go through Jesus. It's only through his blood. But what people don't realize is that at their salvation, there's more than just going to heaven. There's a lot happening while we're still here on earth for us, and hopefully to other people too. Hopefully we are being good to other people and we can help other people find Jesus if they haven't already, to find God. But what I really wanted to talk to today, because I know there's a lot of lost people out there that don't understand. When you get saved, yes, your soul's saved, your salvation, you're going to heaven, and that's a great thing. But we still have to walk this earth for however God allows us, right? We don't want to be in the world, but we have to be part of the world. We have to do taxes. We have to work for a living. We have to grocery shop. We have to interact with each other, but we're always to stand apart. Sometimes that's hard if you come from a bad or rough background. If stuff in your life has happening as you've gotten older and gone through whatever, and you've been devastated in your life, I think somebody at one time or another has been devastated. Some of it can be where you can't cope. Like you can't cope. Like I went through some stuff when I was younger, as a mom, that I couldn't cope with. It was hard for me to handle. And I've always been a gatherer with my friends, always. I want to say partier, because that's, let's go have fun. But, I didn't drink. I didn't do drugs as a teenager and stuff like that. I might have drank, I don't know, 2 or 3 times as a teenager. I mean, my friends could be drinking every weekend. I wasn't into that, I was blessed to have a mom that told me, if you're ever with somebody and you don't think they're safe, come get me. You will not be in trouble, but call her and she would come get me. And there was one time I was in a position I did have to do that. I did have to do that. And my mom come and got me. She said, you'll never see that boy again. And took me home, and we were fine. We were fine. But there was some stuff that happened later on as an adult that I didn't know how to handle. I didn't, and I turned to drinking because I never was a druggie. I was never, drugs was never my thing. You grow up with epilepsy. You have to take pills to control it. Seizures and stuff. You learn. You don't do anything to traumatize the brain, even though I seem to do it anyway. But the thing is with salvation, God heals. God heals you slowly, surely, but He will heal you. It took one of the best friends I've had in my life, Diana, and she's a strong Christian, very, very strong, active Christian. It took her to help me deal with my problems. And I know that was God working through her. I know it was God working through her. And slowly by slowly, she did. She helped me, I guess, settle down the anxiety of what I could not control and how to deal with whatever was, and it took her a while. It just didn't happen overnight. It took her a while. It took God a while. God took his time with me. But one night I just decided I didn't want no beer. I didn't want to drink. I just didn't want to drink. I was ready to face that bed sober and hope I could get through it. And hope I could get through it. And I did. I did. One night at a time. One night at a time. And because I didn't seem to want a beer until it was like 9 o'clock at night. But then I could drink a whole case of beer by myself if I went to bed. That was the problem. That was a problem. I can pick up a beer today and drink it if I want. I don't have to worry about it. Them cravings are gone. I was lucky. I was probably pre-alcoholic, but wasn't quite there yet. And I think God stopped me in time to believe that. I believe He stopped me in time. I know I was probably about 5, 6 days in, if you want to say sober. Joe walked in the house for the night. He had been down plowing fields or watering the track or whatever it was, because we were having races. And he walked in with a 12-pack put in the refrigerator. And him knowing, I think he liked to enable. So I waited for him to go to bed. He went to bed. I knew that beer was there, and I wouldn't have known it if he wouldn't have told me. Okay. But he made sure he made a point of telling me. So I waited for him to go to bed and go to sleep. He was good asleep. He was snoring. I got that little 12-pack out of that refrigerator, and I cracked every one of them open, turned them upside down in the sink, and let them all drain, and they stayed there till morning where he could see them. And he come in there and woke me up. What are you doing? I said, don't you ever bring beer into this house again. This is my home too. It flew all over me. I was trying to do, what was best for me. And it was like he wasn't going to let me. But it didn't work. So he knew I was just going to drop his money down the kitchen sink. And I would have. I don't care. So little by little, I was able to handle that. And then after I was saved, I realized that God was dealing with me even more when it came to that. The resentment that I felt through the years towards someone else, because of all the stuff that happened, that had to happen, it was going away. The hate, and I mean hate, I hated this person at one time pretty bad. It's now gone. I can think of my child, and while there is some sadness still, There's not this burning sensation to get even. You know what I mean? He's removed that from my heart. He heals us. He's our Father. He's going to take care of us if we ask him to. Okay. So, and that's the thing. He will heal you. A lot of people don't realize it, but he will heal you. You know, they just thank God and you're going to heaven. Well, God's going to take care of you before you go to heaven if you ask him, and if you live right, and you do things, you know. And I just want people to know that, because I know there's a lot of lost people. I can tell by how they talk, the things they say, how it's said. They don't realize it. So if you're my sister in Christ, you might want to share that with some lost people that you know. And if they're struggling, and you know they're struggling, you know, there's a reason that they act a certain way. You know, ask God to lead, and he will get you there to help get them to God. You know, and it may take time. It may take a lot of time. Don't ever give up. I don't know where I would have been if it wouldn't have been for Diane and Ricky. I honestly don't know where I'd have been without her friendship and her guidance in some things, you know. And I know, you know, I know she had our church, but it was her church then praying for me. I know that. The first time I went through chemo, I received a card from our church that everybody had signed. And when I opened up that card and looked, that was a breakdown moment for me. I just cried. I cried that strangers would actually care to take the time to pray for me. That was, I'll never forget that day. That was a very uplifting day for me when I was sicker than a dog, you know, and I was sick. That chemo tore me apart. But it was the most wonderful thing to know strangers would do that for you. And it's why I don't mind praying for people. I don't mind. I will sign every card that comes through our church. Every card. I just want people to know that I care, you know, and that I'll pray for anybody. I even pray for Joe. Pray for that man a lot. But that's beside the point. So if any of you are still with me, we're going to move on to the review. Okay. I have several products here. One skin sunscreen lotion. Okay, it's like a lotion. And then a body wash. This is a little bit more higher price. Some of you might not think so, but, and I'll do that. But my nurses, the first time I had to go through chemo, my nurses turned me on to a product called Avino. Let me see. Avino. Because even just oh, and I gotta show you baby chemo. Yes, I'll show you baby chemo. Just rubbing your arm when you're on chemo, depending on the strength of it, it can make you look like you're, you know, 70 years old. Big old bruises and everything will come up. Some of it has to do with the chemicals that are in a product. One thing I found was bad, made my skin worse, were Bath and Body lotions. Ate me up. And so I asked my nurses, and they said, Avino, try just Avino. Well, back then, I don't think they had this. But this is a sunscreen lotion, and it's thick like a lotion, guys. I'm going to show you. and it's 70 proof or 70 proof, whatever that is. Okay, it's 70. Okay, SPF or whatever. But I mean, it's thick like that. Oh, it's sliding now because it's melting, but it's thick and it rubs in. Um, it rubs in like a hand lotion. It's not, you know. And I do wear it. I wear it. I got it for my head because I have a tendency to forget I don't have a hat on. It's hard for me to tell when I got them on or not. And my mom's yelling, "Karen, where's your hat?" And then I'm turning right back around because one thing we were finding out with this chemo, um, and they told me, don't be out in the sun a lot. If I stand out in that sun for like 2 minutes, I'm already starting to get beet red. It's going to blister me. So I make sure I have this on, even in the car when the sun's coming in the window. And then I got, my mom has the car right now. I can't even show you them. I'm disappointed in them. I got things to go in the window to help block the sun. But they're the ones, if you ever see them, they pull down like this. Well, they don't roll back up. You know, you got to roll your window up and down at times. So they're going to go in the back, and I'm going to get some regular ones to go on the side. But I love this, and it has, let me put my glasses on. Does it say what it smells like? Okay, it says protects and hydrate lotion sunscreen, broad spectrum SPF 70, helps relieve skin dehydration with nourishing oats. And that's, oats is good for your skin. Sweat and water resistance 80 minutes. So it doesn't sell, it smells good. But you know, when you're going through chemo, you can't have a strong smell. Sometimes it just gag you, you know. This has a light smell. It may be heavy to people, but I don't wear what's that called, guys? Perfumes and stuff. Um, anyway, so when I say it's a light smell, the body wash is even lighter, but it smells good. And then, oh, I guess I better get back to you in case anybody has any questions. This is made by Avino too, so you can see it. And now I paid $10 for this. This is 16 fluid, but I'm telling you, this was a splurge for me. It may not be for some of you, but it is for me. And I love it. This one is positively nourishing, hydrating body wash, fig and shea butter, moisturizer for softer, healthier looking skin. This lathers up nicely. I mean, it really does. I was surprised to see how well it lathered, and it feels good on your skin. And it has, if you like figs, you'll love the smell of this. And it's a real light smell. Okay, I mean, it's even way lighter than that, but I really like it. I think it's worth its money. Let's see. Recommended by dermatologists and pediatricians for over 60 years. Avino combines the best of nature and science to reveal the natural beauty of your skin. It uses natural ingredients because of their advanced benefits. We call these active naturals. Natural ingredients that deliver visible results. It says body wash is just as good as your skin as it is for your senses. The light fragrance hydrating body wash contains shea butter, a natural ingredient known for its moisturizing properties, and is enriched with natural fig. So there is fig in here. for healthier looking skin that feels soft and smells great long after you shower. Um, I'm trying to see. Oh, there's the fig. It's the ficus something. Fruit extract, shea butter, sunflower, no, safflower. There's quite a bit of different stuff and healthy stuff in here for you. But it smells really good, and I do recommend it if you are looking for that. Another thing is I broke out in hives the other night. Yes, I did. And we still don't know where they're coming from. Guys, I got to answer that just in case it's my mom. Hello? Nine 45 a.m. Reminded me when I got to go take baby chemo off. Gotta go get baby chemo off tomorrow. We talked to the pharmacies, the lady that does mix up my chemo and stuff and everything that they've got to give me. The nurse did, Nikki did. She come back out and she said, keep taking the Benadryls, which I knew that. I started that last night or the night before, and said get what's it called? I knew what it was called earlier. I can't think of what it is now. Cortisone. Told me to get cortisone 10. So when we got out of there, we went to CVS. And I like Benadryl products. Hold on, guys. Hello? Oh, yeah, I did. How come you didn't take that on the table? How come you didn't take that on the table? Hold on. Why? I ate breakfast and everything already. Okay. Have you been there since 8? Did they take the car right away? Oh, was it? Okay. 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 Well, you might want to turn the sound up on the phone. Well, in case any of the boys call you or anything. I figured it was off when you didn't answer earlier. Okay. Okay, Mom. Okay, bye. Sorry about that, guys. Mom checking in on me. I was up half the night last night. So, cortisone cream, she said would help with that and the itching because it was itching and I was trying bad not to itch. But when we got to CVS, we started comparing it with the Benadryl, and I've always been a big fan of Benadryl. This actually had the active ingredients and stuff Had the same thing as cortisone 10. I don't think it had zinc because mom made a point of pointing out that there was zinc in this one, which is good for the skin. But the ingredients, she said, were stronger in the Benadryl, so we got the Benadryl, and it does work. It works good. I like it. But I like Benadryl products. Like I was saying, several years ago, I had a Benadryl gel, and I'm not sure if they make that anymore or not. I've not been able to find it in my Walgreens up here. But it was great for bug bites and stuff. And you put that sucker on you, and because spiders seem to be drawn to me, and I am allergic to spiders. I mean, they will bloom up in the big sores, and I have to go to the doctors. But when I got this, I slapped some of that on there real fast, and it cut it. It stopped. So, yeah, Benadryl. Benadryl, like Benadryl. So if you tend to break out or anything, always have Benadryl on hand. Always. Always. You never know. You can go, I found out the first time, you can go allergic to something in a heartbeat on chemo. I mean, I went allergic to chocolate. I could not eat chocolate the whole 6 months I was taking chemo because I would break out in hives. So, and it's not worth it. When you're broke out in hives, itching, it's, you know, no, I don't miss chocolate that much. And I'm afraid to try it with this one. So, you know how that goes. But anyway, that is my review. And if I come across anything else that helps me with mine, I will make sure to share it with you guys. Okay? Okay, I am going to go for now, guys. It's getting hot. I got to turn my fan back on. I can't get hot. Oh, no, I was going to show you baby chemo. Okay. I'm going to have to stand up here, guys. Ooh. Got to check it anyway. I've not checked it today. And this lives in like a fanny pack around my waist. And yeah, it's moving. But that's what it is. And see that stuff that's in here is chemo. And you got to check it to make sure that it's moving. Because sometimes something will kink up or something, they said. And if that happens, I got to go back in for them to fix it. So, okay, that's in there. It takes 2 days to get in you. And you feel like you're pregnant when you're in bed. I can only sleep on my side. So every time I roll over, it's like, you know how you used to cradle your thing? And then this right here is a thermostat, a temperature gauge. And this tells somehow it speaks to each other and tells it how to pull it in, because this is what controls how it goes in. And it's somehow my body heat siphons the chemo over to the thing. So that's that. I think they're doing just about anything that takes more than several hours they're sending home, because there's a lady beside me yesterday and she was talking, and she said she couldn't have anything cold. Well, I knew right then, oh, I know what that is. That's the first chemo I had. That's a nasty chemo too when it comes to cold. If you drink anything cold, especially ice will feel like glass just shattering in your mouth. And you put gloves on to go in the freezer or refrigerator. You just don't stand there and hold. You don't do it. But when she said that, I knew what chemo she was on. But they were sending her home with a fanny pack. It wasn't like that the first time I went around and had that. You were there 8-9 hours to get all of that in you. So it must be anything that's over so many hours. I'm betting you anything this has to do with insurance because, you know, you pay for them chairs while you're in them, I guess, you know. So, yeah, it's okay. It's okay though. It is what it is, and we have something to even treat it. Although I'm sure there's a cure out there, and the United States just like isn't letting it in through the front door. But anyway, guys, I miss you all. Thank you for all the feedback on the last one. I really, really appreciate hearing from you guys. It makes my day. Whether I can respond or not, it makes my day. So I will talk to you all later. And everybody just have a good day. Have a good week.